These rules, which have to do with things that are all destined to perish with use, are based on merely human commands and teachings. Colossians 2:22. In today's verse, Paul wrote to the church in Colossus. This church really cared about Jesus, but it had become stuck in the rules of religion. Paul talked about how worried they were about becoming perfect in the verse before this one. They followed rules made by humans that said, do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. They had to follow these rules in everything they did, and it seemed like they were killing their worship. Paul was trying to explain that their worship was dying because of the rules. Most of the time, rules are good. God gave us the 10 Commandments to tell us how to treat Him and each other. Jesus tells us to love both Him and each other. Many Christians, though, add to these with rules made by people or based on their own preferences. Know the difference between things you believe and things your church teaches, because they may be different. Never pass judgment on a person's personal convictions, which are a matter between that person and God. Be cautious, however, that you and the Christians around you do not substitute human rules or routines for God. Immediately leave your church if it holds you to unbiblical or abusive standards. If you struggle with legalism, pray for the ability to recognize it and seek godly counsel so you can discern what is of God and what is your own religious clinging. You will feel encouraged as you replace legalism with trust and grace, and your worship of God will become more meaningful and genuine.